Fagradalsfjall volcano is rumbling again, and the experts are saying things that don't really matter because they haven't really been able to predict anything with any sort of accuracy.
Ekkert von að gosi alveg á næstunni með hvernig þróunin er núna.
Leading to the question, is it safe to travel to Iceland? Your odds of dying in a volcanic eruption in Iceland are low. We are talking getting struck by a shark while picking the next week's winning lottery numbers low, but not impossible, even if you're not in Iceland. But obviously, your odds increase considerably when you approach a spewing volcano. Only 2 people have died in Iceland due to a volcanic eruption in recent history. In January 1973, an eruption started on the small island Vestmannaeyjar, forcing its residents to flee to the mainland in the middle of the night. A third of all houses on the island was eventually buried in lava. Poisonous gases would linger in the basement of the remaining houses, becoming silent but literally deadly. One unfortunate man died from gas poisoning in the basement of the town's pharmacy. This happened after the eruption had already ended, so technically only one person has died in Iceland in a volcanic eruption in recent history. That was on November 2nd, 1947. A scientist named Steinþór Sigurðsson. He was filming the lava from Heklu. He was there with 2 other people. They were ill-equipped in harsh conditions. They were about to go home late one afternoon when Steinþór asked the others to go wait by the car, just for a minute because he wanted to film the site of some lava field. The pair waited for a while, but Steinþór did not return, and when they found him, he was down on the ground, his clothes were on fire, and red, demonetizing liquid pulled from his mouth. A big chunk of lava rock had fallen down the side of the lava field and hit him in the chest. We know what happened because he filmed his own demise during the making of this documentary, Eldur in Heklu. There are 2 lessons to learn here. The poisonous gases from the volcano can pool in the valley and become deadly, like demonstrated here by Steinþór and his team during their Heklu exploration. Their torch goes out due to the lack of oxygen in the hole. Danger made even more evident when you spot a dead sheep lying inside of it. And don't climb or even get close to the lava fields, especially when there is an ongoing eruption. The lava field is moving fast and a large chunk of lava rocks are falling all around. Even now that the eruption in Fagradalsfjall is stopped, rocks can easily fall if disturbed by your climbing or small earthquakes, for example. And if you think that's unlikely, then check out this earthquake map of Fagradalsfjall from the past week.
Did you know that there have been some strong earthquakes here over the last hours and last days actually?
No.
No idea.
There was 2. There was one that we could feel shake the ground that felt like a giant truck driving by, and there was another we could hear, and you could hear like all of the lava that had cooled already cracking.
We were standing by the lava and, just kind of exploring, and then the ground just sort of bounced and made this like cracking noise.
But these are not the only dangers. No one died during the Fagradalsfjall eruption in 2021. Not through the lack of trying, people got lost.
Thank you. To say that I owe my life to the rescuers is a vast understatement.
And many broke bones, most commonly their ankles trying to hike the rocky terrain from the road to the eruption site.
Bring good shoes. These rocks are terrible.
In 2010, a small eruption started in Fimmvörðuháls. The eruption was not unlike the one in Fagradalsfjall. And just like when Fagradalsfjall erupted, thousands of people would rush to the eruption site, often ill-equipped, to hike the 9 miles from the road. Many would simply give up. 3 unfortunate people, a man and 2 women traveling together in a small jeep, simply ran out of gas. They had no cell service and the weather got really bad really fast. For some reason, they got out of the car and simply lost sight of it. They wandered around trying to find it again until they lost sight of one another. One of the women died just meters away from the car. The man managed to walk about 3 miles where he was found dead, and miraculously the 3rd woman was found alive about 7 or 8 miles away from the car. Make no mistakes, volcanoes are extremely dangerous, but serious injury or even death is usually avoidable with the right precaution and preparation.
Hello and welcome to Iceland Academy.
I say usually because the worst is yet to come. In 2010, shortly after the tourist-friendly eruption in Fimmvörðuháls had stopped, this happened. Eyjafjallajökull was not much more than a nuisance. But cancelled flights are the least of our worries. In 1783, Eldur erupted. It was one of the biggest lava-producing eruptions on the planet in over 1,000 years. With the eruption, ash and poisonous particles spread throughout Iceland, killing around 75% of all livestock and 10,000 Icelanders. That's 1/5 of the entire population of Iceland back then and the capacity of Iceland's current national soccer stadium. Sulfuric fog spread into the atmosphere and blocked the sun, causing temperatures around the world to drop. In some places, the changes was drastic enough to cause crop failures throughout Europe. The conditions contributed to France's troubles in the lead-up to the French Revolution. In such an event, make sure you stay away from French royalty. It will be far more deadly than the eruption itself. We have some fire-breathing monsters well overdue for an eruption of the size that could easily rival or even do far worse than Eldur. Stay safe and check out safetravel.is before planning your trip to Iceland, especially if you plan to do some hiking.